Chris here, the RC Geek. Welcome back. You know, I've been really enjoying flying the Millennium Falcon from Air Hogs. I've been flying it a bunch, and all of a sudden the battery just completely died in it. I don't know what that was about. For whatever reason, the voltage completely dropped to zero in it. So I've had it a while. I figured, you know what, let me cut into this thing, because I knew that if I could replace the battery in there, I could actually more than double my flight time and be able to recharge the batteries a lot quicker. So I picked up these 750 milliamp hour lithium polymer batteries. It was simply a matter of purchasing some batteries, soldering up some connectors, and putting it into the airframe. So I thought I'd show you how I did that, and so if you guys are looking to upgrade, you can do that. One thing to note, since we're using these lithium polymer batteries, you do need a lithium polymer battery charger. So if you don't have one, I do have some links on my blog article at thercgeek.com, and you can find them there. Let's solder some connectors and you'll see what we did to get more out of this Millennium Falcon. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is we actually need to cut into this, and I've actually already done that, but to do so, what I've done is, if you see you've got the quad frame here going all the way around. If you want a really sharp X-Acto knife, if you come in here and just cut all the way around carefully, but freehand, then you can free up the internals here without cutting into any of the wires or anything. That's what you want to really be careful about. So you can see that inside here, and I've already cut the battery, you can see that, you know, they've got their electronics board in here, which is, you know, the heart of the quadcopters. And so we've got then the battery, and again, I've already cut this free. So all we have to do is, since we've cut into this, is solder up connector here and solder up a battery connector onto a new battery. And so I have these Nanotech, these come from Hobby King, 750 milliamp hour batteries. That is twice the capacity of what they provide for you. So let's go through and we'll solder these up. So obviously the first thing we need to do, we gotta free up these leads. So I'm just taking a sharp X-Acto knife, remove the sheathing here to expose the wire. And so what we're going to put on here, this Micro Deans connector. Now the key is to make sure that we have the positive leads correct on the control side as well as on the battery side. It seems obvious, but many times I've soldered something up only to find, dang it, I soldered it wrong. Now the key with these micro connectors is you can't, you just touch it, apply your solder, and pretty much remove the soldering iron. Otherwise you'll end up melting the connector if you have a fairly high power soldering iron. Alright, so there we have the connector on. Now we're just gonna clean it up with the heat shrink. So now we need to do the same thing with the battery. So we've got the battery here, we're going to snip this off. Now when you cut these ends, you want to cut them one at a time, because if you cut them both at the same time, you're going to end up shorting the battery and you get a nice little spark. Go. So now there we go. You see these frames here this square frame going all the way around, and so I use that as a guideline. So you can see that there's, you can't even see the cut lines. The key is, when you cut this, to use a very sharp X-Acto knife. When I was looking into this, I could see that the battery through this vent hole here and here was in the back of the quad. So I knew that if I could cut around it, I wouldn't have any issues with potentially puncturing it. Once I had cut that all the way around, it's just pulled right out, and it had to break some of the foam away in there, but you can see added magnets here and here, and then in here and here, and that's what holds this on once I've got the battery in there. When we have this in here, we simply plug this in, set this back here like this, put our hatch on, and it's ready to go. Turn the switch on, you can see the lights engage. The other thing that's important to note is once we have flown the battery, remove the battery, because I don't know if there's a drain that continuously drains these batteries or not, but if you deep discharge these batteries, then they will get destroyed and have the potential to catch fire. So that is very important safety warning. Treat these batteries with care. So there we have it. We've gone through and we've completely upgraded the battery system in the Air Hogs Millennium Falcon. It's easy to do, but as mentioned at the beginning of this video, you do need a lithium polymer specific charger to do that, and I do have links to that on my blog, thercgeek.com. In terms of flying the Millennium Falcon with this battery, I put a timer down and I was getting about 11.5 minutes of flying, solid flying with my son, and we were having a good time. Plus the other thing is, since you can change the batteries out, you can continuously fly the thing as long as you have a charged battery. So thanks so much for watching. I also did a review on the Sphero BB-8. If you're interested in that, you can see that here. Otherwise, I've got more videos coming, so be sure to subscribe to get those when they're posted. I've got regular RC featured videos added every week, so you can definitely check those out. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.